Caesar, what are you doing?
Just watching the tube.
Oh, I thought you were supposed to get the sushi and pickles for dinner.
Oh, it's too far. Besides, I don't have enough gas money.
Oh, okay. I guess we just call Food Zapper. Hello and welcome to Caesar's Snack Sandwich. Today we're on Ethereum taking a look at Yearn's new Zapper. This one here at the top, okay? It's a zap function that you can use. You can either go from ETH or CRV, and you can zap into this yveCRV-ETH pool, liquidity pool position. Now, why would you want to do that? Well, because then you could farm some sushi, and possibly if you want you can also earn some pickle rewards. I'll explain this all through a flowchart so you understand what's going on here, but I won't get into what this yveCRV token is. I did that in another video. Okay, so let's go over to it and let's go over to the flowchart and take a look at that now. Okay, so here we have Dollar Bill, and he's come to Yearn. He's looked at the yveCRV token, and he has an understanding of this already, and he understands what it means, and he wants to get it take part in this new thing. Okay, he wants to get some sushi and some pickles, or he wants to make some money, right? So he's decided he wants to get into this kind of opportunity, but he's gonna go the manual way, the hard way, because he doesn't know about the Zap. The Zap wasn't existed in his time. So here's what he would have to do. So the first thing he would have to do is he would have to take his CRV tokens. Now let's assume that he has like CRV tokens and ETH tokens already in his wallet. If he only has CRV, he would have to, if he only has ETH, he would have to swap for some CRV tokens. But let's assume he's got some CRV from rewards or whatever in his wallet already. So he would deposit those into the back scratcher and get back the yveCRV token. Now, like I said, watch the video if you don't know what the back scratcher does. So he would get back this token into his wallet, and all of his CRV would be gone into the back scratcher. Okay. Now, the next step he would then have to do is he would have to visit SushiSwap, and he would take his yveCRV tokens and his ETH tokens, and he would build an LP at SushiSwap. Now, if you're like me or like anybody else who's ever built an LP, sometimes it's hard to get it perfect, right? So yeah, because these values have to be the same, and it's not like one ETH and one of these. It has to be monetary value the same. So sometimes it's a little bit difficult to make sure that you get 50-50 and you don't end up with pennies inside your wallet. However, pennies of ETH in your wallet aren't such a terrible thing. So he would then put some of these and some of these into this SushiSwap and get back this LP token, this yveCRV and ETH SLP token. So it's basically the token, an LP token for this token and this token. So he's going to gain some trading fees from SushiSwap from people trading these. Now, on the other hand, if he didn't have this CRV token and he just had ETH, he could just come to SushiSwap and swap for this token from this pool, and then use those two tokens to build the LP. So that's kind of what another option. You don't actually have to deposit into the back scratcher CRV tokens. You can just go from this liquidity here. Okay, so the next step then is he's going to take his LP token from SushiSwap, and he's going to send it to the Pickle Finance pickle jars. So he's going to deposit in one of the pickle jars on Pickle Finance, and he will get back a PSLP, so a pickle jar share token, and that'll go into his wallet. Now, why would he want to do that? Okay, what Pickle Jar is going to do for him is it's going to farm the rewards of this. Because you build this SLP, you get a whole bunch of rewards. I think it's like 300 or 400% or something. Anyhow, so there's some sushi rewards for having this token here. So when you put it inside the Pickle Finance jar, then the Pickle Finance jar will stick it into the SushiSwap like locking place and earn some sushi for you. Now what Pickle Jar is going to do, it's going to farm this sushi and sell it on SushiSwap for more of these tokens, and then use them to build some more SLPs. So it's going to kind of do all of these steps from these sushi tokens for all of the people inside this Pickle Jar. Okay, so you basically just hold this token into your wallet. So there's quite a few steps here. Now you have to keep in mind that all of these steps do require two gas fees. You need to authorize the spending of this token, and then you need to actually spend the token and get this token. So there's quite a bit of gas being spent on all of these arrows, right? So maybe he's a little bit lazy, or he wants to save some money and he wants to do it a lot easier. So he's going to use the zapper instead. The zapper I showed you on the other screen, right? At the beginning, he's going to use that instead. So he's just going to send in CRV, or he's just going to send in ETH, and he's going to get this token back. So it's going to give back this same token here to him. So then he will have it in his wallet, and he will get all of these benefits of the pickle jar and the benefits of the yveCRV token that I didn't actually explain in this video, but I explained in the other videos. He's going to get the benefits of these trading and LPs and stuff. Now this swap here usually doesn't do this either. It usually just swaps for yveCRV. However, if it's better to do this at that time, it will do this as well. It can do this as well. So this is pretty amazing work of mathematics. There's quite a bit of difficult things in here, because if you think about it, it needs to make sure there's 50-50 of these tokens. It needs to be perfect, right? It needs to figure out all of the gas fees that it's going to be charged, and it needs to get it perfect on the first quote. So the first quote will be absolutely perfect. Now, this contract also has already approved all of these token spendings. So this token spending here, the actual first approval doesn't need to be paid, because this one's already got infinite approval. The sending the token here is already approved. So, and these two tokens going into here to build this, you don't have to approve the spending of yveCRV to Sushi Swap and so forth. So this is going to definitely save you some gas money. Now it's also debatable whether or not the actual transaction of bundling these all together, but to my understanding that actually bundling them all up into one transaction will also save you a little bit of gas, because I think there is a set fee for each transaction that you line up into the queue basically. So it's going to save you a little bit of money on gas. It's going to still be expensive, don't get me wrong, but it's worth it if you use enough money and you want to get in on all of these rewards. Okay, so I really like this idea. I think it's pretty amazing, and I think it's worth trying. Now there is one more secret little special thing that you can do afterwards, after you either have gotten this token from the zapper, or you've gone manually and you've gotten this token into your wallet, these same tokens. You can then take that token back to Pickle Finance and stake it in their, I can't remember what it's called, some locking pickle jar thing, and then you can start earning some pickles. Now remember, you're going to have to approve the spending of this. You're going to have to stake the spending, so there's gas, and then when these pickles start accumulating, you're going to have to pay to retrieve it. Okay, and then you're going to have to also pay to pull back, and then also to get back out. Now you can do this in reverse too. So let's say you have this token inside your wallet, you can just send it to the zapper and get back out, and or you could go back out manually. Okay, so that pretty much covers it. I'm going to link to these two videos, the videos that I talked about before. So if you really want to understand the back scratcher, you can watch this video that's flying up right here on the screen now. And there's another one that talks just basically generally about the curve system and how Yearn uses curve. And that's pretty important too, that I talk about the back scratcher in this other video down here as well. So feel free to take a look, and thank you for watching. Goodbye.